An ambulance pulls up on a narrow street in the Balata refugee camp, but what happens next is far from a routine emergency. 5 armed Israeli soldiers emerged from the vehicle, turning a medical emergency into a deadly raid. The raid results in the death of 2 civilians, including an 80-year-old woman, in what Israel's army admits was a serious offense. Surveillance footage shows soldiers disembarking from an ambulance and a civilian van, firing shots as pedestrians flee in terror. An elderly woman, Halima Saleh Hassan Abu Leal, falls to the ground, fatally shot while trying to raise her hand for help. Rashida Abu al-Rish, a witness, recounts how she narrowly escaped the gunfire that killed her friend Halima. The Israeli army admits the use of an ambulance for military purposes was unauthorized and a violation of orders. Rights groups condemn the raid as a flagrant violation of international humanitarian law. Hussein Jamal Abnu Leal, severely wounded during the raid, undergoes critical surgery to remove a kidney and spleen. Hussein describes the horror of being shot, beaten, and mistreated by soldiers during the raid. The raid also claims the life of Ahmad Ksai Issa Saraoji, a 25-year-old hairdresser, mistaken for a militia member. Ahmad's mother, Jamila Saraoji, tearfully recalls the moment her son was killed by an Israeli sniper. Witnesses state that soldiers fired indiscriminately at passers-by, showing no regard for civilians. Michael Svard, a human rights lawyer, explains the violation of international law by disguising soldiers as medical personnel. The principle of distinction in warfare requires combatants to distinguish themselves from civilians. Using a vehicle that looks like an ambulance for military purposes may amount to a war crime. Violence in the West Bank has surged, with over 14,300 Palestinians detained by the Israeli army since October 2023. The UN reports that 732 Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, since October 2023. The raid in Balata is a stark reminder of the ongoing conflict and its devastating impact on civilians. The international community continues to call for accountability and adherence to humanitarian laws. In the midst of chaos, the stories of those affected by the violence remind us of the human cost of conflict. Please help us grow the channel.